I'm going to save you from an expensive mistake before you even pack your bag. First year here, I plugged in my Milwaukee battery charger for my tools. Figured, maybe it'll work. It didn't maybe work. It went up in smoke, gone. Just like that. 220 volts, it doesn't negotiate. That's one thing on a list of stuff nobody warned me about before I got on the plane. I never claimed to be an electrician, so what? I thought it would work, so let's fix that right now. Here's why it happened. Philippines runs 220. Your phone, your laptop, dual voltage, they don't care. You can just go ahead and plug it anywhere and go. Everything else, assume that it fries. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what it says on the box. If it's not rated for 220, it is not going to probably be fine. I know, because I ran that experiment for you for free. You're welcome. Laptop plugins, they need a 3 to 2 prong adapter. That's about it. Not expensive. You can buy it before you leave, not after you land holding a dead charger and a prayer. And you probably already have one at home in that drawer in the kitchen where everything seems to magically accumulate. You know the junk drawer that I'm talking about. And for anything else you're bringing that draws real power, I ordered a step-down voltage converter off of Lazada for round 2 because I'm an idiot, but I'm not the same idiot twice. Also, don't get one of those travel converters if you plan on being here for the long haul, because they are not going to make it through any kind of life cycle at all. All right, shoes. If you're a size 13 like me, congratulations. You now have a scavenger hunt on your hand. I mean, I went to Manila, hit 10 stores, found 1 pair in stock. 1. I had to fly out of the province because there's just no way you're going to find them here. If you wear anything over a US 11, bring extra, because outside Manila and Cebu, you're not finding your size. You're finding whatever's left, and whatever's left, again, is not your size. Clothing, the opposite problem. If you're large or under, don't waste suitcase space. Buy it here. It's cheap. You'll want the room for something that actually matters. Which brings me to the thing you didn't think you needed until you needed it badly. I've used them here. Dude wipes. Yeah. Non-negotiable. Pocket, bag, everywhere. Like your car keys. And always keep some TP on you. Now, you already know that the bum gun and water is a better system, because we've covered that in video 1 of this series, but you'll not always have one. Wipes are going to be your backup generator. Don't be the guy finding that out mid-crisis. Deodorant, your brand probably doesn't exist here. The stuff that does exist runs small, and half of the shelf is whitening soap, which, fine if that's your plan, but if you just want regular soap, read the label twice, just bring some. Bring enough to get established, then figure out the local swap after that. Same deal with meds. Bring a starting supply, because a doctor visit here is cheap and it's easy once you're settled, but you're not settled on day 1, so you need to think about that ahead of time. And here's the part that trips people up. No pill bottle with your name. They're just going to hand you boxes and a packet and throw it in a bag and say, here you go. It doesn't have your name on it, doesn't tell you your dosage or anything like that. Don't panic when it doesn't look like a pharmacy back home. Mercury drugs are everywhere, but don't assume they stock your exact brand or dosage. Ask. Just ask. Don't assume. Now, money. This is where people get burnt worse than my charger. Legal limits, 10 grand coming in. You don't need 10 grand. Bring 2,000 max, maybe, for the first trip. And here's the part nobody tells you. Your bills have to be clean, crisp, not folded, not soft, not that 20 that's been through the wash. They're not going to accept that. Crumpled cash gets rejected at the exchange counter, and you're standing there wondering why the guy's shaking his head at your money like it insulted him. It just won't be, even just sometimes the tiniest little tear, they go, eh. Hey, here's one. Book your Airbnb from home on your card before you land, and also get the Agoda app. That is one less thing running on cash. First 2 months, you're living off exchange money. Then you get your ACR card. Now you can open up a local bank account. Wise handles your monthly transfers after that. Better rate. You got no foreign transaction fee. And boom, you're not a tourist anymore. You're just a guy with a local ATM card and slightly less anxiety. Last one. Pack light. I don't mean pack like a woman who travels light with 3 bags. I mean actually pack light. Domestic transfers here, they run like on turboprops. I'm only slightly kidding, but the overhead bins are like the size of a shoebox, and they will financially rape you for any kind of big suitcases. And island hopping doesn't care about your Samsonite. 1 checked bag, 1 carry-on, done. Buy the clothes and toiletries here. They're cheap, they're available, and every inch of suitcase you can save is an inch you'll actually need for the one thing you can't buy on this side of the ocean. That is the list. None of it's complicated, all of it's avoidable, and I paid for the lesson so you don't have to. Hey, if this saved you from frying your own charger, slap that like button, and I'll see you in the next video for sure. Don't forget to check out part 1 of this series. Always remember, be excellent to each other, and this was never about the Philippines. It's how you show up when you get here.